everyone. I'm Judy Glickman. I take your orders for lunch. I hope they got it right. I was a Valley girl, grew up in the Valley. I went to Taft High School. I was a toreador on the drill team. And was in the drama program, and I was Anne Frank in the Diary of Anne Frank, and did a lot of theater with, at the time, Mr. Eli, who was the drama teacher there. I went on to UCLA, where I met Roy my 5th day there. And it was at a dorm dance at Dykstra, and he asked me to dance at 10:15. And after a year of dating Roy, he broke up with me. He said he's too young to get serious. So he broke up, and then I went out with someone else, and he came over a few days later and said, well, I don't want to break up, really. So we kept dating, and we got married very young. So I was still in college, and Roy was starting law school. So after graduating UCLA, I got a secondary teaching credential, and I taught at Toll Junior High in Glendale for a year. And I said, after a year, I've got to get out of here because the highest thing I could teach is Algebra 1. And the department chairman claimed that for himself. So I was stuck with just general math, and I wanted to do more. So I went back to the UCLA Placement Center, and they sent me to the Marlboro School for Girls. I had never seen a private school before. Girls in uniform ordering their lunches from Jurgensen's. My gosh, it was just, they had a room for tea, and they hired me. And I had a wonderful time there and taught there up until the birth of our daughter, Stephanie, who's having a birthday next month, and she's turning 40. Unbelievable. I don't know. I'm only 32. How can she be 40? And so after leaving Marlboro, I figured I want to have another child. So at Marlboro, I taught geometry, Algebra 2, trig, and I got to teach the higher math course, which I had majored in math at UCLA. I had minored in drama and majored in math. And during this time, I did community theater. There was an outfit called the Studio City Park Players, and they were on for like 30 some odd years, and I did shows with them through the years, and then it ended, but that was a great idea to do a lot of community theaters. I don't sing, but I do act in comedies and things, so that was a lot of fun. I figured I wanted to have 2 kids. I didn't want to start work again and then go back, so I had a son 18 months later, and then when Stephanie was 5, I went back to work at the Harvard School for Boys. And that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of, my first student was Ross Porter, the announcer's son. He was in my geometry class. And it was interesting having all boys. And after having all girls at Marlboro, here was all boys, and it was a lot of fun. And I did that for 10 years until they announced the school was going to merge with the Westlake School for Girls. And so I said to the headmaster, send me over as a mole. I'll check out all these girls, and we'll see what it's like, how they feel. But they were not happy. The girls were not happy about merging. The boys loved the idea. So I taught at Westlake School for Girls for 1 year, taught mathematics, algebra, geometry, and I did a drama course for 7th graders. And then the merger came, and I ended up becoming the 7th grade dean of the 7th grade. Every grade had 2 deans, and so I had all the children that came into the school, and all sorts of interesting complaints from the mothers. Like, my son is too small to have an upper locker. I said, he'll grow. You just have to go here. No, you have different demands. My first big thing was to take all 267th grades to Yosemite, and I got a call from Mrs. Gummer, a.k.a. Meryl Streep. Would you be careful, blah, 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 with my son? Because she had 4 children. She still has 4 children, the son and then 3 girls. So little, unfortunately, I forgot his first name, but it was Gummer, and I had to watch him, and a lot of kids had never really been away from home before, so we had a lot of crying and singing. And it was interesting. Over the course of time, I had Jake Gyllenhaal for a student, his sister Maggie, and it was interesting. Jake was in some plays, and he would just mumble. I said, just speak up. And now, of course, look what he's in Southpaw opening last weekend. And we had a lot of famous characters. Ovitz's, the agent Ovitz, what was his first name? Michael Ovitz, his son. He was an interesting character. One day, little Brandon Davis got into a little fight or something on the campus. They said, Mrs. Glickman, Brandon's losing his teeth. And he's on the field, and really he was throwing up bagel. But he had to go home. But his mother said, we'll send security to pick him up. And so we had security. So it was very interesting working at Harvard Westlake with all the celebrities. It was a very good school. And one day Roy said, I'm going to retire from being an attorney. I said, well, you can't go traveling without me. So I had to tell the Harvard Westlake that I was retiring. Since then we got a tandem bike, and we've basically been cyclists all these years and doing community projects, and we've gone to Rotary and different projects. And so here we are.
You forgot to tell them about your most famous student.
Oh, yes. At the Harvard School for Boys, little Eric would come by with his friend Jared. Eric was this cute little kid, very well dressed, golf shirts, white jeans, clean. Jared was like Pigpen with the cloud over his head, this all, what we'd say, schmutzig. And little Eric turned out to be Mayor Eric Garcetti. And so I saw him at a fine. I said, do you remember me, your 7th grade math teacher, Mrs. Glickman? Oh, Mrs. Glickman. And being the true politician, he said, without 7th grade math, I could have never made it to this day. Right, Eric, but thanks for sharing. Anyway, so that's it. Bye.
Thank you.